What's going on, comic fam? It's your boy, the Bearded Comic Bro, and I'm back for another Comic-Con haul video. And this time, I hit up Fanboy Expo here in my hometown of Columbus, Ohio. So with that being said, let's talk comics. Now, gang, you know, if you've watched one of my haul videos before, I'm always hunting for Batman key books and, you know, really trying to find those first appearances and things like that. I gotta tell you straight up, this is not one of those haul videos. I knew this being in Columbus, there was going to be a lot of creators around from Ohio and Pennsylvania and Indiana and the area, and I just really wanted to support some indie creators this con, so I really didn't do too much digging in the Batman books. I said I got to take a break. I wanted to go check out Artist Alley. I spent most of my time there. They had a bunch of celebrities, and the voice actors of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were all there, and freaking Jerry Lawler and Jake the Snake. Like, I mean, the wrestling side, it was a really cool show, but I spent most of my time right in the center, which was in Artist Alley. And one of the artist creators that I got to sit down and talk with was Angel Mendina, who did a lot of work has done stuff on Spawn and Spider-Man and Silver Surfer. Awesome person to sit down and just talk about how Angel got into creating art, and a really cool story. Love to have him on sometime to share that story with you all, but I had to pick up this print of this Galactus Silver Surfer. Look at that. Ooh, that's beautiful. He had a bunch of original artwork there, stuff from, you know, layouts from the comics that he's done, and I was like, oh man, if I could buy original art, I would, because it was pretty reasonably priced, but original art is still pricey. And I like being married to Mrs. Bearded, so I got the print. Couple more quick things before we get into the comic books. I bought a book, like an actual book with like just words and no pictures or very little pictures. Gang, it felt weird to do that, but I was talking with the author, Chris. Really cool person. And this book is called 50 Shades of Worf. I hope that's how you say it. I'm not a Star Trek person, so if I mess it up, I know the Star Trek fans are going to kill me, and now they're going to kill me because I said I'm not a Star Trek person. Oh, well. Anyways, so it's a novel about two people that are going to, it's a murder mystery kind of thing at a Comic-Con. It's tons of humor, he says, in here, which seems right up my alley. I love a book that's going to make me laugh, and I love Comic-Con, so it felt fitting. I'm super excited to dig into this book and check it out. It's got a lot of stuff of sci-fi and fantasy books that I wish I could buy them all, but I knew they would just sit on my shelf. I was like, if I got one, I can get through one. And then he does a sequel to this where they do a murder mystery kind of thing at a Ren Fair. Like, come on, gang, let's go. That's fantastic. We're almost to the comics. I got a print from Ian Moss. Check out his artwork, is fantastic. But I saw this print and it made me stop. I was like, come on. If you don't know what this is from, just stop it now. I mean, just stop it now. But if you don't know what it is, YouTube, Seagulls, stop it now. Bad lip reading video, Yoda, hilarious. So when I saw this print, I was like, Ian, you're killing me. This is fantastic. And he's really cool. Really high quality prints, how they're done, and limited. This is 6 of 250. Definitely check out all the people. I'm going to have their links of Instagram and or websites in the description of this video. But make sure you guys go out and support these creators. They're doing awesome work. All right, gang, so let's get into the comic book side. Again, I haven't gotten a chance. This is fresh off my haul. Because I want to shoot the video and then just put everything away so that I can read it and stuff. I hate stuff sitting out. So I haven't gotten to read the book. I haven't got to read any of these comics. I'm super excited to read them. So if I give a bad review of them, that means I just can't describe what they described to me very well. And so don't let my poor explanation of what the comic is about to deter you from the comic, because they sold it well enough to get me to buy it. So if I can't sell it to you guys, then you need to, never mind. Anyways, I digress. So one of the people I met was Josh over at Cutthroat Comics. And Josh has a series called Stingray. Seems super cool, sci-fi, vibes. I was really digging it. And then we got into a book called The Ginger Avenger. It's just Ginger Avenger. And it is this line of Ginger Avengers who have gone throughout history. They've always been like Robin Hood and I'm blanking on some of the other ones that he had mentioned. And then this is just the newest Ginger Avenger, and really cool storyline. I'm excited to check it out. The art, cover looks fantastic. Cristiano seems to do all the art interiors for Josh's books, which is really cool. And this is the adventures of, I'm going to butcher this because, Josh just, the adventures of Pedophilia and his sidekick Kid Friendly. Sure, I didn't say it correctly. Sure, whatever. But, so there's 3 issues of this that are all homage covers to famous movies. There's this one. There was a Batman Mask of the Phantasm cover. There was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cover. Those covers alone were just enough to get me to buy the book. So I'm super excited to check out these. I got the issues number 1 of 3 of his 4 or 5 series because I want to just kind of dip my toes into it and see what we got. So up next, we got Once Upon a Platypus. This is by Ron Braun, writer, artist on this. 12-year-old Katie discovers a talking platypus on her way home from school. Little does she realize that her life and the lives of those around her will be changed forever. I think he said the platypus has amnesia. First off, you have me a talking platypus, then you throw an amnesia in it. Let's go. The art just looks a lot of fun on this. Definitely excited to check this one out. Then I met up with Greg Lankard of Monarch Publishing. He has this Beowulf series that he is creating. Kind of this modern day take of Beowulf, but the Beowulf story, but he is a 30-something stay-at-home slacker loser person, not the Beowulf that we all knew from the stories. I was so intrigued by it, and I was like, let's go. And then as I'm talking to Greg, Manny from Heroenberg Comics, who's good friends with, you all know Marvin Wynn from the show, who's going to be on the show again here soon. This comic, Heroenberg Comics, they do a bunch of, I think they're about to get ready to do issue 3. And they have a YouTube series and things like that. So, again, it was cool to run into Manny because we've corresponded and talked about stuff. And this was one that I was really excited about. This is the last one I'm going to share with y'all, and I'm going to end this video. If you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, you know I talk about the Columbus Scribbler a lot. This is a local newspaper in my area that they hand out to shops. You can be a patron, and they'll mail it to you. So they do interviews. They do write-ups of stores. They do. They let artists tell comics strips in here. They got interviews. So this one was with Steve, who does, I believe he's a colorist. That's on when they Bone series by Jeff Smith was doing the coloring. I think they were doing that. There's shop write-ups in here. My shop has been in there. Crazy Comics and stuff. A lot of good ones. And they tell you all the stores. It just is comic reviews. Gang, it's a newspaper that is dedicated to comic books and comic book creators here in Central Ohio. Such a cool thing. And y'all, it just got nominated for a freaking Eisner. Let's go. What? Are you kidding me? So I was stoked to get to find out one of the guys from the Columbus Scribbler was there. Jack Wallace, who is one of, I think, 3 guys, kind of the brains behind the Columbus Scribbler. He's a creator as well. He's from Disposable Fictions, is kind of his brand, Disposable Fiction Comics. I got Frankenstein from Mayer. Dude had tons of comics out there. I want to go back and check out all the stuff that Jack had up there. But this is this idea of kind of like a Mr. Smith Goes to Washington story of Dracula is the mayor, and nobody likes Dracula as a mayor except for the vampires. And so the witches and werewolves all raise Frankenstein from the dead to make him come in to become mayor. And I was just like, dude, that sounds like so much fun. I can't wait for this. And then I picked up one of the other ones that he has. This is a one-shot called Puns and Parodies, and just was a lot of fun looking at different aspects of. There's There's a story in here where God has to take the world, Earth, to a God convention and show off what he created. So, like, all gods are creating different universes and worlds, and they have to share with each other. Like, oh, who had the best world? So again, I haven't read anything. I'm really looking forward to it, but I was just too excited to not get on the microphone here and share about my experience at Fanboy. Gang, as always, go out there, support comics, whether it's Marvel, DC, Image, Boom, AWA, Scout, all those, ahoy. But Kickstarter comics and indie comics and people that are trying to get into it, I love seeing the passion behind indie comics. And getting to talk with these creators was just a breath of fresh air. As it just like they have a deep passion for it, just like all the creators I talk to. But I love getting to sit down and talk with some indie creators. It was a blast of a day. Go out to your Comic Cons. Make sure you guys go support Artist Alleys when you go to the cons. See the pop culture celebrities, see the big name comic book artists, but go to the people who are grinding just as much as they are and go check out Artist Alleys. They're awesome. With that being said, hopefully you can find some time to curl up, grab a book, and nerd out. Peace.